Hi everybody, it's Pam with Silver and Sparkles, and I'm back with a cute little, I'm not even sure what to call this, I guess a little folio idea, but it's also small enough that you could kind of think of it like a tag maybe, I don't know, but it does stuff. So the first thing that it does is this opens up, so you have some journaling space, and I guess you could have journaling space here too, but I left the pretty papers, and then the one in the back is a pocket. So this is a pocket here, and it keeps that flap closed. So when you pull out the little tags that I stuck in there, this flips open, and it opens this way. And there's another pocket. Cute, right? I just put a piece from paper. I'm using the Spring Magic paper by Junk with Stuff. I can't get enough of it. I'm just loving it. And it's going to be a little bit warmer here this week, so it just seemed perfect to look at all these pretty pinks and blues and flowers. So that's what we're making today. There's little birdies and things too. So I hope you will join me. This takes, I'm using basically 2 pieces of paper, but this is pretty much what you need to make it. And then everything else is the decorating and what you put in. So you could definitely, we could call this a 2-page project, but there's quite a bit left over unless you use that second page for your embellishments and things. So you can decide. I will put all the measurements for you in the description if you want to make one of these. All right, so pick whatever paper you like. I did go ahead and print on both sides so that I didn't have to worry about layering for where I was gonna journal at, but again, that is up to you. So let's first take the 6" by 7.5 piece of paper. So it's 6 inches by 7.5. And on the 6" side, we're going to score it at 3 inches. It's just going to get folded in half, but I'm going to score it just to help me a little bit. And then on the 7.5" side, we're going to score at 2 1/8. And this is going to be our little flap that comes down. So my butterfly is going to get kind of flipped, but that's okay. All right, so that's your 2 scores on this one. It's pretty easy. And then you need 1 piece of paper that measures 9 3/4 by 3 inches. And this one, we're gonna, to make it easy, we're gonna score at 3 1/4, and then we're gonna turn it so that we're scoring from the other side also at 3 1/4. I guess I'm trying to see, where would that one be? I guess it would be 6.5. That wouldn't have been too hard. So you can score it 3 1/4 and 6.5, or do it the way I did it. When I put the, I'm just making sure I did that right. When I'm putting the scores in the description, I'll probably say 3 1/4 and 6.5, just because that way you don't have to worry about flipping the paper. All right, not to confuse you. Okay. So obviously I just folded this one, and it folds up nicely, and you just want to make sure everything is nice and straight. And then I do play with mine a little bit to decide, you know, which pieces I'm going to want to see on the little spot. I did tend to do it so the pink paper, because I think it's just easier than to write here than maybe to write here. I don't know. You guys can decide how you want to do it. I am going to, let's see what it would look like if I did it this way. Oops. Yeah, I like having the pink. So we're going to do it like this. All right. So set that one aside for just a minute. Now, this is the main base. So let's fold on our score lines, and again, make sure everything is lining up nice and neat. We are going to do a little bit of a cut once we get this folded and figure out how we want it. All right, so then this comes down, and what I did was I cut out this section. We'll do some ink to make it easier for you to see, just because it's not as bulky, and I think everything folds up a little bit nicer when we cut that one section out. So let me ink it so you can see where I'm cutting and which side. And I'm using today the Victorian Velvet. I just think this pink distress ink with this particular set of papers is so pretty. All right, so this is going to be my top flap that I'm going to see. So I want to cut this one out. So when I open it up, it's this section here. I need my scissors. And I'm just going to cut the actual score line, you know, as close as I can, just a smidge past it, so that folded paper gets cut away. And it'll leave your project hopefully nice and neat. Now this we can use for something else. There we go. And it folds nice. Now I did do a little bit of corner rounding, and I liked this flap to have the round corners, but that's optional. You don't have to do that. And I went ahead and rounded this one just because I thought it gave it a little bit of a nice look. Okay, now I do want to go ahead and ink so we can have some of that pretty pink on here. And you could use, you know, any color distress ink, or you can skip it altogether. Your choice. So I hope everyone is having a great day. I can't believe it's February. I feel like I still haven't even gotten my mojo back and into the groove after the holidays. Things have been so, you know, a little bit different around my house, but we're doing well, and it's nice to kind of be on the other side of some things. So that's all good news. And I hope you guys are well. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I'm glad you're here. I hope you enjoy. If you have a returning viewer or subscriber, welcome, welcome. You guys are awesome. You make my day watching my videos, and I appreciate the comments. And if you can do that on this one and give me a thumbs up, thank you. I'd appreciate it. Okay, look at that. This one is pretty easy. All right, now for that the front section, let's get it inked a little bit too. And then I decorate this panel. If you wanted to avoid that, like I said, you really could do it this way, and that would look cute, and then maybe just add a little something something there. But I'm gonna do it like I had planned to have the journaling spot right there when you pull it down. So I'm going to have the pink paper that's a little bit more neutral showing. All right. A little tiny bit more. If you don't want to watch me ink, feel free to fast forward. You have the control. I'm almost done though. I'm almost done. All right. So big news in our house is our little dogs, Harry and Matt. They are getting their hair cut tomorrow at a new groomer's. And so we'll see how that goes. They are the sweetest little fellas, are girl and boy, but little ones. They're our babies. Okay. And I have to get it back the way I want it. Okay, I want mine to pull down like this. So I'm just gonna lay it on here and make sure it's fitting correctly. You know, that I folded everything and it's looking good. So I know I wanted to open this way. So this is the panel that we need to add glue to. All right. So I like to hold it by the section I want to leave open, because this is going to be our pocket right here. So I'm going to turn it this way, and we're going to add glue to these two sides and right along that fold. All right. And I'm using Line Co. brand PVA glue. And it is in my Amazon storefront. So if you want to see some of the supplies I use, go there. It's in the adhesive sections. Then I just put it in these little bottles. All right. Now I'm going to lay this down carefully, and I want to align it as close as I can here to the bottom, because everything is kind of fits together just so right here with this flap. And we'll have some things, again, tucked inside that pocket. All right. So real quick, this is what the glue looks like. Someone will ask. But ask questions. I don't mind. I don't mind if you have questions. Okay. There we go. And now this opens up, and we're going to put a pocket here, and we're going to decorate the front and hopefully make a few things to go inside. Now to decorate the front, I went ahead and cut a square of paper, and my intent was it to be 2 3/4 inches by 2 3/4 inches. So I get to have just a little bit of the pink around it. Very sweet. And I may layer something else on top of it here in a minute, but I'm just gluing the whole thing down. I'm not turning this into a pocket or anything. You could make it a little tuck spot. It'd be cute maybe as a side load here, but I'm just gonna glue mine down. And I don't think I cut it perfectly, but that's okay. It looks all right. It looks all right there. And the paper itself is cute. You can find love wherever you look. This one, I cut a circle out and layered it on because the paper was a little more plain. I may just put a bow here. Let me see, I have some of my seam binding that I've dyed. Ooh, what do y'all think? Would the lavender look cute? I don't know, I kind of liked the yellow contrast. Let's stay with the yellow. That's calling my name. All right, I'm just gonna put a little piece tied into a little bow. Excuse me. Goodness. Okay. Fun. Oh, I was going to tell you guys while I'm doing this, we're just going to put a little bow. Maybe this one, we'll put the bow down here. I'm going to use a glue dot to stick it on. So I had shared with you guys in a video fairly recently about the new tea favors, the ones with the cookies and honey, and then some were just the teas with the honey. Anyway, they are selling very well at my shop. I'm very excited about it. I think they're nice little Valentines. So I did want to give you that little update on how they're doing. And I think they would do really well at a craft show. But I'm putting them in my shop for now. All right. There we go. Very sweet. Let's do this. Now, I did not pre-cut paper for this pocket. And all I did is I do have just some of the pieces from the page, like I said, that I didn't use, and just some scraps. So I figured we would find one that would work and look cute. I think I'm going to turn this into some kind of tag. So the easiest way I think to do this is to start with just a smidge under 3 inches and do a 3 by 3 square, and then cut it at an angle. Whoops. And it'll fit right in there. Okay? So just whatever kind of pocket. You don't have to do a corner one. Again, you could leave both of these just for journaling. You could do a side load pocket. Again, top load. Use your imagination. Whatever makes you happy. Or you could make several and do them each different, so they're a little different. That would be fun too. All right. And then we're just going to put that in there. Super cute and easy. Now I did decorate. I put just a little piece of paper that I tore. You guys, I do this often. I just like this look for whatever reason. Makes it look like the topper to a little pad of paper or something, or at least in my mind it does. You guys may think, no, Pam, it does not look like that. But there you go. All right. And I'm going to glue it down. And again, it's not holding anything together, so there you go. It's just a decoration. And this pocket we could decorate too. But let's first, I think I'm just going to use, I think I want this to end up being the front of a tag for this pocket. And I'm going to eyeball the height. I can always trim it down, and I know it's a little bit wider than what's going to be comfortable in this pocket here. All right, I think it's looking pretty good. Let's just make sure. And this is again where there we go. Okay, I had to fiddle with it, but it'll get easier as I go. All right, so this will be a cute pocket here, and you kind of pick up the wings from that butterfly. And I think I'm gonna round the corners on this one. And the others I just did kind of two narrow, almost tiny bookmark kind of pieces. Again, whatever you want to put in the pocket works. I kind of liked that. I thought that looked cute. But this one I'm going to do this way. And those are a little bit thicker because I doubled the paper over. And this one I didn't. So again, whatever is making you happy. Let's put a little piece of ribbon on this one, just again to be different. This time I will use some of the lavender. And let's use the slot punch. I haven't pulled this out in a while. This is one of my favorite tools. It's not necessary. I mean, you can use just a circle one, but I do like the way the ribbon ties when it's this kind of flat punch. All right. You could also just staple it on. Whatever makes you happy. Look at that. Cute, right? All right, and then you pull that out. This opens up. Of course, that comes down. And then let's just make a little something to put in there. And I think even this wide one will fit. And why don't I pull out this punch, again, just to have something a little different. It's a little bit wide. This is the one where you can do a 1.5, a 2, or a 2.5. And I think this is just a smidge over 2.5, but it worked. And it has the different tops. All right. I am not going to put a ribbon on this one right now because I didn't want to bulk it up inside. But we could decorate these some more, of course, and really make it cute. I think what's happening here is this is just a tiny, like I'm talking the tiniest sliver too long, and it is making it difficult. All right, that's all I took off, okay? And I think that's what was making it difficult to tuck this tag in. So let's see if I was correct. Re-ink the edge of that. Yes, it was what was happening is this was just enough to cover up getting into that pocket. So every time I went to do it, it was a little bit of a pain. So if that happens to you, just chop a little tiny sliver off. Okay, so this was the prototype, and then this is the one we made together. I love it. I think it is just a fun happy mail. It's a great addition to a journal. You could, if you wanted to, mount these onto a page in your journal and have a tuck spot here and then have this really fun interactive element. Okay. And then it could open up like this, right? So super fun. Lots of ways you could use this in a journal. Okay. Have a great one, guys. Please give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Until next time, have a great day.